Guys, what's going on? My name is Luis. Today is September 24th, 2024, and God bless to every single one of you. Guys, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. We have a big breaking news updates coming out. US fortifies Alaska with warship, fighter squadron, military and missile units amid the bear threats and claim. But not only that, look at this here, guys. NORAD detects 4 of the Bear military bombers near Alaska after the Sleeping Giant Army recently deployed soldiers to the area. 2 of the Bear nuclear bombers detected yesterday. Actually, it detected today. So this is a big breaking news. So they are building up again. U.S. are getting Alaska all built up. Military, soldiers, HIMARS, missiles, rocket launchers. At the same time, you got the Bear are sending their nuclear bombers, and it keeps saying this is only an exercise. If it's an exercise, then why deploy all these equipments, and why the Bear continue sending those nuclear bombers in that region? But we have more breaking news. Japanese jet fighters fired warning flares at a Bear military reconnaissance plane that violated Japan's airspace. Japanese fighter jet used infrared countermeasures to intercept the Bear aircraft. So the Bear is sending a message here to Japan and to the Sleeping Giant. So we're going to see what's going on here, guys. This is a big breaking news. We are seeing nation against nation building up. Japan seems like they're getting involved in this one here when it comes to the Bear. Guys, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Let's see what's going on here. So the Bear nuclear-capable bombers fly close to coast of Alaska. So TASS put out the information. And this is all of it right here. But we're going to talk more about Japan. But let's see what's going on with this one. So September 24, Reuters put out the info. 2 of the Bear Tu-95 bombers. These are very powerful planes. Nuclear-capable strategic bombers have carried out a flight over the Bering Sea's neutral waters near the western coast of Alaska. The Bear State News Agency TASS reported on Tuesday, citing the Defense Ministry. Now, the ministry was cited as saying that the flight had been carried out in accordance with international rules and that the bombers had been escorted by fighter jets. All right, so they were in international airspace, I guess they call it, which means that they have every right to be there. They didn't violate airspace. But again, the U.S. is concerned, and they are basically escorting these bombers, telling them, get out of here. Just turn around, go somewhere else. So you have the U.S. deployed HIMARS, soldiers. I mean, they're getting stuff ready. And give me a second. Let me just pull up this information here. And this story came out September 21st, 2024. I'm not going to read the whole thing. We post a video of it. But for those of you that don't know, the U.S. fortifies Alaska with warships, fighter squadron, military, and missile unit amid the Bear threats and claims. Let me just read this part really quick, and then we're going to jump to Japan. Breaking news. In response to increase of the Bear military activity near Alaska, the Sleeping Giant military has boosted its presence in the region by deploying a destroyer, stationing an Army unit with long-range missile capabilities, and placing fighter squadrons and other aircraft on high alert. I must remind you, this information came out September 21st. We in September 24th. Today, the Bears sent their nuclear bombers to near Alaska. All right, so the sleeping giant knows something. I feel like they know something, but they just don't want to say it because November's around the corner, and they don't want people to see what's really going on, and then the VP will lose votes. In recent weeks, the sleeping giant Navy destroyer has been stationed off the Alaskan coastline to counter the bear naval vessel maneuvers in the areas. Now, the sleeping giant army has also been deployed troops to a remote island in Alaska to increase military readiness. Additionally, fighter squadrons and other aircraft based in Alaska have been placed on heightened alert in response to repeated intercept of the bear surveillance planes near the sleeping giant airspace, according to Politico. And ladies and gentlemen, the bear is messing with the sleeping giant again. September 24th, the bear nuclear capable bombers fly very close to the coast of Alaska. Wow. The bear is saying we want Alaska back. They call Alaska the Ice Crimea. The Ice Crimea. You know what the Ice Crimea means, right? Well, you guys know back in 2014, the bear annexed. They took back Crimea. And Crimea is one piece of big chunk of land that sits in the Black Sea. And the bear took that. And it belonged to Crane. But they took it back in 2014 and annexed it. Now it seems like they want to do the same thing. This time, Alaska. We want Alaska back. Ice Crimea. Japanese jet fighters fire warning flares at a bear military reconnaissance plane that violated Japan's airspace. Wow. Japanese fighter jets use infrared countermeasures to intercept a Bear 38 aircraft. Now, the Bear 38 patrol aircraft violated our airspace over territorial waters north of Ribbon Island and Hokkaido 3 times, Japanese defense minister said. According to Japanese authorities, the Bear aircraft stayed in Japanese airspace for about 1 minute each time. In response, F-35's fighter jets were raised on alert and used infrared countermeasures several times. So you have Kihawa noted that this is the first time Japan's defense forces have escorted to such measures. You know why this is happening too? Because I heard the sleeping giant want to place nuclear on Japan, and that faces the bear country, the eastern part of the bear country. So you guys already know the bear is a massive land, and the bear, Russia, again, is more focused on the western side. You got the capital, and then you have St. Petersburg, but then you go way to the other side of the eastern parts that's close to Japan and Alaska. And there's some stuff going on there, and this is the story right here. The violation of Japan's airspace by the Bear aircraft occurred against the backdrop of joint exercises between the naval forces of the Bear and China, which took place in the Sea of Japan on September 21st through the 22nd. Kihara also emphasized that it was the first documented incursion of a Bear aircraft into our airspace since June 2019, when a Tu-95 bomber crossed the country's border south of Okinawa and near the Izu Islands south of Tokyo. Japan protested to the Bear through diplomatic channels over the incident. So the Bear planes are basically in Japan airspace and near Sleeping Giant airspace, Alaska. Give me a second here, guys. I guess that's the plane right there. Yeah, that's the Bear plane. You see that red star? That's the Russian plane. And they're the only one in the world that use planes that has propellers. That's the first time I'm seeing this. That's the first time I'm seeing that. There's a possibility, perhaps Ukraine, perhaps Japan is sending stuff to Ukraine, the yellow and blue country, and that's the reason why that's going on. A Japanese Defense Ministry's official said that the use of flares is one of the most severe response to warnings. Give me a second here. Jeez, I'm gonna have to make this a little small. There we go. That's the Bear plane. That is the plane there. Yeah, you could tell that's the Bear plane. That's that Tu-95 bomber. And you see the star here. Whenever you see a red star, that's the Russians plane. But the top didn't have the, I guess, the antenna stuff. But that's the Tu-95 bomber. The question is, Japan, are you provoking the bear? Are you poking the bear? Because there's no, again, there's no reason for the bear to do something like this unless Japan is doing something. Give me a second here, guys. I'm trying to see if I can find some more information about these bombers. These are the same planes that is also near Alaska. Yeah, you see this one here? This was posted not too long ago. In early May, the Sleeping Giant Air Force intercepted 2 of the Tu-95 bombers near Alaska, highlighting the enduring advance to this Cold War era aircraft. Alright. If you guys can, please share the video. But again, Alaska is basically on high alert. Alaska is on high alert. They keep seeing these bombers. And I did mention in a video that you have some very important people in the bear country in Russia. They're saying that we are eyeing Alaska. You guys already know back in, give me a second, what year was it? Let me just pull up this information here. Yes, the United States purchased Alaska from the Bear Country in 1867 for $7.2 million, which is equivalent to $129 million in 2023. Were they desperate for money? Man, jeez. Wow. They were really desperate for money. So the purchase was negotiated by Secretary of State William and the Bear Minister to the Sleeping Giant Edouard. The deal was finalized in several steps. March 30th, 1867, the two parties agreed to the purchase price. April 9th, 1867, the Senate approved the treaty. May 28, 1867, President Andrew Johnson signed the treaty. October 18, 1867, Alaska was formally transferred to the United States. Wow. Ooh. Once again, the purchase of Alaska had many consequences, including ending the bear presence in North America. The purchase removed the bear from North America. I know they regret that. Man, they regret it. Gaining access to the Pacific, the purchase gave the sleeping giant access to the Pacific Northern Rim. Big win. Absolutely big win for the sleeping giant. Skepticism. The purchase was met with skepticism from the sleeping giant public, and some critics called it Seward's folly or Seward's icebox. Discovery of gold. The discovery of gold in Yukon in 1896 convinced critics that Alaska was a valuable asset. Now becoming a state, Alaska became a state on January 3rd, 1959. That's it. It belongs to the US. They gave $7.2 million to Russia for the territory of Alaska, and 600 square miles. This thing is for less than 2 cents an acre. Oh, man. So basically, $100 million in the year 2023. Just imagine that. Hey Russia, can we buy Alaska from you? We give you $100 million. And yeah, they regret it. And that's the reason why they're talking about taking it back. Ice Crimea. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please share the video. For those of you that want to give a life to Christ, you can email me. My email is in the description box. Me and my wife are here to help many and to lead many to the righteous path, and that's the path of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Once again, guys, $1 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream every Sunday. We talk about things that we cannot talk about in the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father but through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.